Over the past couple weeks, I could feel it creeping in. No matter how much I worked, I couldn't keep it out. I found problems, but I couldn't find solutions. I kept trying to solve all my problems with work, but it wasn't working. And if you spend any amount of time working on cars, you know, failure is a part of life. But for me, every time something would fail, it would just make me want to push harder, because I would always get this huge sense of accomplishment every time that I would fix something. But your mind is so much different than a car. How do you fix your mind? Especially when all it does is just break down. Kind of like the RX-7. I put the whole thing together. I pieced everything, built it as good as I possibly could. I thought that I had protected it from everything. But as it turns out, it doesn't matter how much you try to protect something, life happens. Whenever you use something, it wears out. It's not going to last forever, so you have to do the maintenance. It's the same thing with my mental health. I wasn't doing the maintenance. I wasn't taking the time that I needed to get my head straight. I just kept pushing and pushing and pushing and saying, one of the most common things I would always tell myself was, well, if other people can do it, why can't I? I used to be able to do this. Why can't I do it now? Why is it that I can't do the things that I was able to do before? But these thoughts were wrong. I kept setting these unrealistic expectations for myself, and then I would just get upset with myself because I could never achieve them. So it's kind of like when you build an engine. You have all these dreams in your head of how much power you're going to make. You think of it running, you think of driving down the road, the wind in your hair, the feeling of the rumble, the vibration of the seat, the feeling of the steering wheel when you're going down the road. These are all things that you think about when you're building the car, and you think to yourself, if I could just get this one thing fixed, then everything will be okay. But it's never one thing. No matter what I tried, I always had some sort of problem. And it just eventually becomes so overwhelming that it's like you just can't solve them anymore. You do everything that you can, but it's like, at what point am I going to stop having problems? Well, the problem is that they don't stop. That's the thing with life, is that problems come up, and we just have to find a way to solve them. But what am I supposed to do when I attempt to solve my problems and I just constantly fail? When I feel like a failure? When I feel like things aren't going to get better? What do you do? It was hard because I didn't want to do the things that I like doing. I knew something was wrong because I didn't even want to work on the cars. And the crazy part is I love working on cars. It's basically my life at this point. So what usually happens is it feels like I'm on a one-way road and there's no way out. But what it ends up happening is it always ends up at a fork. And every time I end up at the fork, I have a choice. I can go one way or I can go the other.
Yeah. That's not right. My gas tank's almost empty, so we need to fix that.
This time when I got to the fork, I had something on the sign. It said, remember your why and keep pushing forward. And it got me thinking, well, what is my why? Why do I do the things that I do? Why do I love cars? Why do I make YouTube videos? And then I realized my why isn't about any of that.
I can't remember what color wire. Was it the yellow? The red? Maybe it's the blue. Let's see. Moment of truth. Bah! It should read blue now. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. That's the correct fuel. Beautiful. We fixed it.
It's all about having something to chase. It's about having a mission. It was about chasing a goal, chasing a dream, an idea, a thought. All of these things are things that I was chasing. It didn't matter whether or not I actually achieved them. It was just about the drive itself. So that's when I put my foot on the pedal. I took a right, and I wound up back in the garage, chasing that dream. And slowly but surely, we'll start chasing those dreams together. And with every turn of the wrench, every smack of the hammer, every busted knuckle, and every clutch kicked, We will always continue fighting through the pain, no matter how rough the road is ahead. And I'm going to bring you along for the ride with me. That way it doesn't feel so alone. And with each mile marker, we're just going to take it nice and easy. Because with where we're headed, there are no dead ends, only horizons.